Chapter 13. The Three Sleepers.
Sire, this wind is fair for the southeast. Shall I have our poor fellows up and set sail? And after that, every man who can be spared may go to his hammock.
Yes, Junior, and let there be drink all round.
Sire!
The wind never failed, but it grew gentler every day, and the ship glided on hour after hour, almost as if they were sailing on a lake. On an evening of startling beauty, they came in sight of land. The Lord Roop remained on board the Dawn Treader. He wished to see no more islands. 2 men were left to guard the boat, and Caspian led the others inland. Underfoot was fine, springy turf. They now saw the wide, oblong space surrounded by pillars, and from end to end of it ran a long table. There was set out such a banquet as had never been seen.
I say, this looks splendid.
But where are the guests?
We can provide that.
Look, at the head of the table.
Good heavens, it's an overgrown tangle.
I've never seen such long hair.
Are they dead?
Why, they're only asleep. It's been a long sleep, though, to let their hair grow like this.
It must be an enchanted sleep. Oh, do you think we have perhaps come here to break it?
We can try, but at least we know our quest is at an end. Look at the insignias on their rings. Yes, the Lord Revillion, the Lord Argos, and the Lord Mavrimore.
Your Majesty, the light's going uncommon quick. We should go back to the ship.
But what of these 3 sleepers? Now take the crew back to the Dawn Treader. We'll see you in the morning.
Good night, sire.
So, what now?
Before them, a door opened. It was a tall girl. And when they looked at her, they thought that they had never before known what beauty meant.
Travelers who have come from far to Aslan's table. Why do you not eat and drink?
Madam, we feared the food because we thought it had cast our friends into an enchanted sleep.
They have never tasted it.
What?
Then please tell us, what happened to them?
7 years ago, they came here in a ship whose sails were rags and her timbers ready to fall apart. And when they came here to this table, one said, "Here is the good place. Let us sit down and end our days in peace." And the second said, "It may be that Miraz is dead. No, let us re-embark and sail for Narnia and the West." But the third, who was a very masterful man, said, "We are men and Telmarines. We have not long to live in any event. What should we do but seek adventure after adventure?" And as they quarreled, deep sleep fell upon all the 3, and till the enchantment is undone, they will never wake. Some call this island the world's end, for though you can sail further, this is the beginning of the end.
And what are we to do about the sleepers?
Yes. In the world from which we come, they have a story of a prince. He could not dissolve the enchantment until he had kissed the princess.
But here it is different. Here he cannot kiss the princess until he has dissolved the enchantment.
Then in the name of Aslan, show me how to set about that work at once.
My father will teach you that.
Chapter 14. The beginning of the end of the world.
Sir, will you tell us how to undo the enchantment which holds these 3 Narnian lords asleep?
I will gladly tell you that, my son. To break this enchantment, you must sail to the world's end, and you must come back having left at least one of your company behind.
And are we near the world's end now, sir?
I cannot tell you such things as sailors need to know, for the days when I was a star had ceased long before any of you knew this world. I am Ramandu.
Golly, he's a retired star.
Aren't you a star any longer?
I am a star at rest, my daughter.
Oh.
In our world, a star is a huge ball of flaming gas.
And in this world, you have already met a star, for I think you have been with Koryakin.
Oh. Is he a retired star too?
Well, not quite the same. It was not quite as a rest that he was set to govern the Duffers. You might call it a punishment. But come, are you yet resolved? Will you sail farther east and come again, leaving one to return no more, and so break the enchantment?
It would break my heart not to go as near the world's end as the Dawn Treader will take us. But I am thinking of the crew. I don't think I should take them farther without their knowledge and consent. And then there's the poor Lord Roop. He's a broken man.
Who is this broken man you speak of? I can give him what he needs most. In this island, there is sleep without stint or measure. Let him sit beside these other three till your return.
My lady, I hope to speak with you again when I have broken the enchantments.
I hope you will.
Chapter 15. The very end of the world. Very soon after they had left Ramandu's country, they began to feel that they had already sailed beyond the world.
There's not a breath of wind. The sail hangs dead. The sea is as flat as a pond. And yet we drive on as fast as if there were a gale behind us.
We must be caught in some strong current.
That's not so nice if the world really has an edge and we're getting near it.
You mean that we might be just, well, poured over?
This is all rot. The world's round. I mean, round like a ball, not like a table.
Our world is Eustace, but is this?
Do you mean to say that you three come from a round world like a ball and you've never told me? Oh, it's really too bad of you, because we have fairy tales in which there are round worlds and I always long to live in one. Have you ever been to parts where people walk about upside down?
It isn't like that, Caspian. There's nothing particularly exciting about a round world when you're there.
After that, for many days, without wind in her shrouds or foam at her bows, across a waveless sea, the Dawn Treader glided smoothly east. And soon it was clear that the Dawn Treader could sail no farther east.
Sire, we're going to have to stop now, or risk going aground.
Lower the landing boat, and then call the men aft. I must speak to them.
All hands on deck!
Friends, we have now fulfilled the quest on which you embarked. The 7 lords are all accounted for. To you, my Lord Drinian, I entrust this ship, bidding you sail to Narnia with all the speed you may, and above all, not to land at the island of Deathwater. When you reach Ramandu's land, you will doubtless find the Lords Revillion and Argos and Mavramorn awake. It is my will that the Regent and Master Cornelius and Truffle Hunter the Badger and the Lord Drinian choose a king of Narnia with the
But
consent...
sire, are you abdicating?
I am going to see the world's end.
Well, begging your majesty's pardon, but if one of us sailors did the same, it would be called deserting.
You presume too much on your long service, Ranulph.
No, sire. He's perfectly right.
By the mane of Aslan, I had thought you were all my subjects here, not my schoolmasters.
I am not your subject, and I say you cannot do this.
Can't? Again, what do you mean?
And you promised Ramandu's daughter you would go back.
Well, yes, there is that. Oh, we'll have it your way. The quest is ended. We all return. Oh, I've had enough of this. Ah!
What on earth was that all about?
We'll give him time to cool down, and then we'll go find out.
I might as well have behaved decently for all the good I did with my temper and swagger. Aslan has spoken to me. No, I don't mean he was actually here. It was terrible. His eyes. And he said He said... Oh, I can't bear it. The worst thing he could have said. You're to go on, Edmund, Lucy, and Eustace. And I'm to go back. Alone.
Oh, Caspian, you knew we'd have to go back to our own world sooner or later.
Yes, but this is sooner.
And now, come, I will open the door in the sky and send you to your own land.
Please, Aslan, before we go, will you tell us when we can come back to Narnia again?
You and your brother will never come back to Narnia.
What? Never? Oh, Aslan!
You are too old, children, and you must begin to come close to your own world now.
And is Eustace never to come back here either?
Oh, child, do you really need to know that? We shall meet soon again.
Please, Aslan, what do you call soon?
I call all times soon.
Only two more things need to be told. One is that Caspian and his men all came safely back to Ramandu's island, and the three lords woke from their sleep. And they all reached Narnia in the end. Caspian married Ramandu's daughter, and she became a great queen, and the mother and grandmother of great kings. The other is that back in our own world, everyone soon started saying how Eustace had improved, and how you'd never know him for the same boy. Everyone except Aunt Alberta, who said he had become very commonplace and tiresome, and it must have been the influence of those Pevensey children.